Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever you are. Welcome back to KIDULT News, the show where being a grown-up doesn't mean giving up your inner kid. I am your host for today, Anthony Smith, and today we're diving into a fascinating world, KIDULT communities. That's right, groups, clubs, and fandoms that brings adult fans of toys, games, comics, and nostalgia. But before we jump in, here is our question of the day. Normally we do this at the end of the episode, but we're going to start with the beginning today. What hobby or fandom makes you feel like a kid again, and do you share it with others? Drop your answers in the comments down below, and you might get featured in our next episode. So let's start with the basics. What exactly is a KIDULT community? Well, KIDULT is a mashup of kid and adult, and it describes people who still loves the stuff that made them happy growing up. Think Lego fans who build massive cityscapes in their basement. Adults who collect Pokemon cards are like fine art. And people who spend weekends cosplaying their favorite movie heroes. And plus about cosplay, Halloween is coming up soon. And fun fact about it is that I'm actually going to be attending a local Halloween free comic day event at a local comic store, and going to be wearing a t-shirt that's going to be arriving in the mail. Don't know exactly when. It'll probably arrive like 1 to 3 days before the event happens. The event is on October 25th. I either get the shirt on the 22nd or 24th. Alright, now let's get back into our topics. But it's not just about collecting or nostalgia, it's about connection. And KIDULT communities are spaces, both online and offline, where people can share passion, creativity, and sense of wonder we often lose in adult life. And here's the thing, these groups are booming. Study shows the KIDULT market has grown over $25 billion globally in 2025. That's toys, games, collectibles, all bought by adults. Turns out growing up doesn't mean growing out of fun. Now wake up. Growing up doesn't mean growing out of fun. Let's make that more common. In this state, in the country, all across the earth, all across the globe, let's make that more common. Let's not be judged. I'm telling you. Okay, so one of the coolest parts about KIDULT communities is how welcoming they can be. Whenever you're into model trains, Barbie restyling, Funko Pops, or Dungeons & Dragons, there's a tribe for you. In these spaces, people find belongings, creativities, and sometimes even careers. Just look at the success of YouTube creators who review action figures, Twitch streamers who play retro games, and artists who remix childhood icons into something new. And for many, these hobbies are also a stress relief. That is right. Anything that you love when you're a kid, and then when you're an adult, that still gives you stress relief. Don't let anybody judge you for using something that you used when you're a kid, even though you're an adult. Don't let anybody judge you. Stand up for yourself. KIDULT Unite. KIDULT Awareness. Life can be heavy. Bills, work, responsibilities, we can still handle that too. I mean, it is important, but we can still do fun stuff at the same time. But when you open that box of Lego bricks or play a classic video game, the world just feels a little lighter. That's not regression. That's recreation. Literally recreating joy. So, where do these communities gather? Short answer, everywhere. Online, you'll find massive groups on Reddit, like r/Lego, Discord servers for toy photography, and Facebook groups for collectors trading figures around the world. And there are conventions like Comic-Con, BronyCon, and Lego Fan Days. Like, there's lots of conventions. There's Comic-Cons, there's Fan Expos, there's Furry Cons, Video Gaming Con, VidCon, lots of other conventions. And you know what? I'm actually going to a convention early next year in April of 2026. And I am going to be spreading the KIDULT awareness message all across the convention center so that we can make the whole state, the whole city, make it less judging. Anyway, where thousands of people come together to celebrate what they love. What they love. And in 2025, we're even seeing hybrid communities, meetups that start online and evolve into local clubs. From art, from adult coloring books nights to retro gaming tournaments, these spaces prove that community isn't just digital, it's deeply human. Here's something psychologists has been saying for years. Play isn't just for kids. Play isn't just for kids. Adults who engage in creative play tend to be more relaxed, imaginative, and connected to others. It's even linked to lower anxiety and higher resilience. And let's face it, play gives us permission to be present. When you're building, painting, role-playing, or gaming, you're in the moment. No emails, no deadlines, just flow. So, next time someone says, "Aren't you too old for that?" you can comfortably say, "Nope, I'm too alive to stop enjoying it." So if anybody says that aren't you too old for that? No! Nobody's too old for anything that they love to do. Because if someone likes to play with toys as an adult, let them play with toys. If somebody likes to watch kids' cartoons at adult age, let them watch kids' cartoons. And does anybody like to go ride on carousels or play on the playground as long as they're not causing trouble? Then just let them play. They're not causing any trouble. Even if they were, then they would get in trouble. That is something that I would not allow. Anybody who causes trouble with different age groups, they're not welcome. They're not welcome to the KIDULT community if they're going to be disgusting. But if any KIDULTs who enjoys doing what they're loved to doing, just like all other kids do, that's fine. It's definitely okay. Just don't get in trouble. That's all I'm saying. So, aren't you too old for that? No, you're not. So, look ahead. KIDULT culture isn't slowing down. Toy companies are designing projects specifically for adults. Like Legos, for example. Lego's already building stuff for adults. That's awesome! From detailed action figures to collector edition games, streaming platforms are rebooting classic cartoons for nostalgic fans. Once again, you're not old enough to watch. You're not old enough to watch kids' cartoons. So, if I said that correctly, you're not old. You're not old to watch kids' cartoons. You're never too old. And more adults are embracing fan art, cosplay, and storytelling as form of self-expression. What started as a niche hobby is now full of full-blown cultural movement, and it's here to stay. It is here to stay. So, whatever you're a builder, a collector, a gamer, or just someone who loves to remember what made childhood magical. You're part of something bigger. A kidult community that celebrates joy, imagination, and authenticity. Remember today's question of the day. What hobby or fandom makes you feel like a kid again? And do you share it with others? Let us know in the comments down below. Until next time, stay young at heart, or stay curious and keep creating joy. I'm Anthony Smith, and this has been KIDULT News. Thank you for watching.